welcome back. I want you to take a quick mental scan of your day so far. The notifications on your phone, the conversations, the background music, the internal to-do list running in your head. How does it feel? For many of us, it feels like static, a constant low hum of noise.
Drained? And I'm not just drained. I'm a ghost. A talking ghost. My phone hasn't stopped buzzing all morning. My boss needed an update. My friends are arguing in a group chat about where to eat. My mom asked for the 10th time when I'm getting married. And I just gave a 5-minute monologue to the poor barista about my life stress because she politely asked, "How are you?" And I didn't know how to just say, "I'm fine." It's so loud. Everywhere.
Exactly, David. That noise, the external chatter and the internal pressure to respond to all of it, it doesn't just drain our time. It drains the very energy we need for what truly matters: deep work, genuine connection, and our own personal growth, like learning English.
But wait, we're on a channel about speaking English. How can silence help me speak?
That's the secret. The strongest, most fluent speakers aren't the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who have a deep well of calm to draw from. They know how to listen, how to think, and most importantly, they know when not to talk. Today, we're not just learning English phrases. We're learning how to use quiet to build an unshakable core of confidence. That confidence is what will make your English, when you do choose to speak, more powerful, clear, and authentic than ever before. To understand this, let's talk about how the most beautiful and strong things in nature grow. When you plant a seed in the soil, what's the most important rule? You don't dig it up every hour to check on its roots, do you? No. You trust the process. You let it sit in the dark, in the quiet. That silence isn't empty. It's active. It's where the magic of growth is actually happening.
So you're saying my brain, my progress is like a seed?
Your progress is. Think about your English journey, the real, lasting learning, the neural connections being forged, the new vocabulary settling into your long-term memory. That doesn't just happen when you're cramming from a textbook. It happens in the quiet spaces afterwards, when you're walking home, taking a shower, or just staring out the window. Your subconscious mind is processing, organizing, and making sense of it all. That's the soil. But our modern world makes us so impatient. We want to see the flower, the fruit, the result immediately.
I totally do that. I'll learn 3 new words and immediately try to force them into the next conversation to prove to myself and everyone else that I'm learning. And if I can't, or if I make a mistake, I feel like a failure. It kills my motivation.
That's the noise, the performance anxiety. But true, unshakable fluency is built quietly. It's the student who doesn't post about their 3-hour study session on social media, but who consistently shows up for 25 minutes every single day. They don't seek external validation. And then one day, in a conversation, they just speak fluently. The words are there. The grammar is correct. And everyone wonders, wow, how did they get so good so fast? The answer is, it wasn't fast. It was quiet. The progress was happening all along, in the silent, consistent work away from the spotlight. Let's practice a quiet English skill right now. It's called active listening. I'm going to play a short, simple audio clip. Here's the instruction. I don't want you to repeat it out loud. I don't want you to write it down. I just want you to listen. Close your eyes if you want. Absorb the sounds, the rhythm, the music, the feeling of the sentence. Let it sit in your mental soil. Don't force it. Just let it be. The quiet morning held a gentle promise of new beginnings. The quiet morning held a gentle promise of new beginnings. Okay, how did that feel? You were learning, you were absorbing the language, but without any of the pressure to perform, to produce, to get it right. That is quiet growth, and it's incredibly powerful. If this new, calmer way of thinking about your English journey resonates with you, let us know with a like. It's a quiet, powerful way to say, I'm here, I understand, and I'm growing. Now, let's get very practical. Let's talk about one of the biggest energy leaks we have, over-explaining. Have you ever had a dream, a goal, or a new idea that you were really excited about, and you made the mistake of telling the wrong person?
Don't even get me started. I once told my cousin I was planning to start a vlog in English to practice speaking. He just laughed and said, "With your accent, good luck, bro." And you know what? I never filmed a single episode. That one comment just deflated me completely. It's like he stole all my energy.
He didn't steal it, David. You gave it away. You gave it away through your words before you had even built up enough internal energy and belief to do the thing. There's a powerful saying, don't set yourself on fire to keep others warm. Every time you over-explain, justify your choices, or seek validation for a goal that's still small and fragile, you're burning your own fuel. You're taking the energy that should be going into action and wasting it on explanation.
So, what am I supposed to do when someone asks me about my plans? Just lie?
No, not at all. You learn the art of the gentle, graceful, and simple answer. You don't have to lie, but you don't owe anyone the full, vulnerable story of your heart. Instead of a 10-minute passionate explanation of your big business idea to someone who might not get it, you can simply say one of these phrases. I'm exploring some new ideas right now. It's still early days. I'm focusing on my personal growth and learning some new skills. I'm in a learning and planning phase. It's exciting.
That's brilliant. It's the truth, but it's a protected version of the truth. It's like a shield. It keeps the energy for my dream inside me, where it can grow strong, instead of throwing it out there for people to stomp on.
Exactly. It's about being strategically quiet to protect your creative energy. Let's practice these energy guarding phrases. Repeat them with me. Don't say them with force or defensiveness. Say them with calm, quiet confidence, as if you're stating a simple fact about the weather. I'm exploring some things right now. I'm taking things one step at a time. I'm in a learning and planning phase. It's exciting. Beautiful. Now, we'd love to hear from you. This is a safe space. What's one area of your life where you can practice energy guarding this week? Is it with a specific person who always drains you? A specific project or dream you're nurturing? Tell us in the comments. Sometimes just writing it down and naming it is the first powerful step to protecting it. I want to make this personal. I want to share a story with you about a time I learned this lesson the hard way. Let's call it Jenny's story. There was a time I was working on a big, important project. It was my passion. I was so excited, but also incredibly scared and vulnerable. And every time I tried to talk about it with certain people, I'd get these blank stares or, worse, unsolicited advice. That's too risky. Are you sure you can do that? Maybe you should think of a backup plan. One night, After yet another frustrating conversation where I felt completely misunderstood, I felt so defeated. I went home and the frustration was boiling over. I opened my phone, my fingers flying over the keyboard, ready to type a long, detailed, defensive message, explaining my vision one more time, trying to make them see, and I stopped. My fingers just froze. A quiet voice inside me, one I had been ignoring for months, suddenly spoke up. It said, "Why? Why are you begging for their understanding? Your worth is not tied to their approval." I put the phone down. I didn't send the message. I walked away. I made myself a cup of tea, and I just sat at my kitchen table in total silence. No music, no podcast, nothing. At first, my mind was screaming with all the arguments I wanted to win, all the points I needed to make. But as I just sat there, breathing, slowly, the storm in my mind began to calm. In that growing quiet, I had a crystal clear realization. My promise was to myself, not to them. My commitment was to the work, not to their opinion of it. I got up, took my journal, and wrote one sentence. Let them think what they want. I'll let my actions speak.
Wow. So your silence in that moment, it wasn't about them at all. It was about you. It was about choosing yourself.
It was a homecoming, David, a return to myself after being lost in other people's noise. From that day on, I started moving differently, more quietly, more focused. I stopped announcing my steps, and the work I produced was infinitely better because it was born from a place of deep personal purpose, not from a desperate need for external approval. This practice, this choice, leads us to the final and most beautiful result, the quiet mind. This isn't about having a blank, empty mind. It's about your mind becoming a calm lake rather than a turbulent ocean. The thoughts are still there, but they no longer control you. They don't whip you into a storm of anxiety. When you consciously choose to stop the external noise, you give the internal noise a chance to settle.
So instead of my brain constantly shouting, "What do they think of my English? Do I sound stupid? Am I making a mistake?" I can learn to quiet it down and ask a better question, like, how does speaking English feel to me? Am I enjoying this? What word did I learn today that I love?
Yes, 1,000 times yes. You start asking kinder, more constructive questions. A quiet mind is a focused mind, and a focused mind learns faster, remembers more, speaks more clearly, and makes better decisions. Your intentional silence becomes a superpower. It allows you to be an observer of a conversation before jumping in. It allows you to choose your words with precision and kindness. It allows you to respond from a place of calm rather than just react from a place of fear or ego. So here is our challenge for you. This week, I want you to carve out just 5 minutes of intentional, protected silence each day. Just 5 minutes. No phone, no music, no podcasts, no talking. You can just sit with a cup of tea or walk in nature or simply stare out a window. In that space, your only job is to breathe. Let your mind be quiet. If thoughts come, acknowledge them and let them float away like clouds. You are not being lazy. You are not doing nothing. You are charging your most important tool, your own mind and spirit.
And for our English practice, this could mean just listening to one short, beautiful English poem or a piece of music with English lyrics, without any pressure to understand every word. Just let the sounds and the rhythm wash over us. It's like a spa day for our brain in English.
That's a perfect way to start. This journey isn't about stopping, it's about going deeper. Trust the quiet. Your most profound growth is happening there, even when it's not visible, even when you can't post it online. Have faith in the silent work.
If this message about finding strength, focus, and fluency and quiet resonated with you, please subscribe to our channel. We explore ways to learn English that are not just about grammar rules, but about building a confident, peaceful, and resilient mind.
Thank you for sharing this quiet, sacred space with us today. Remember, the most powerful sound in your life might not be a word at all. It might just be the profound peace you find in your own silence. Now let's end as we began, together, with one deep, conscious, quiet breath. Breathe in, slowly, and out.